For preparing for the ITAs, and this is all about express entry. Today, what's the tip? Not all translators are created equal. Yes, indeed, not all translators are created equal, and you need to pay close attention. There are a number of factors. Is the translator in Canada? Are they outside of Canada? Is the translator certified? And what do I mean by certified? Well, let's slide over here to the IRCC website and look for ourselves. So when it comes to translation of documents, one of the most important parts is determining whether or not your translator is certified. So if we click on this link, and this is right from the government website, we look up the glossary here that identifies what a certified translator is, and this is the explanation. A certified translator is a member in good standing of a professional translation association in Canada or abroad. So simply put, the most important thing is, are they actually registered with a governing body in Canada or abroad? So associations of translators and interpreters of Ontario, Alberta has their own translation association, and that's really one of the first steps, is to determine. Why is it important? Because that will help you to determine whether or not you need an affidavit, because affidavits are not always required, despite what I see many people doing that. Well, the reality is, if we go back to the instructions here and we look at this, we will see that if one of the documents in a language other than English or French is in a language other than English or French, then you must upload the following. And you can see right here, an English or French translation that's stamped by a certified translator. So basically what that means is, if you are using a certified translator, then all they need to do is a stamp. Then they should photocopy the original document and stamp that. They basically stamp the crap out of everything. All stamps and seals, I'm giving that away. I'll get to that in a second. But if you are accompanied by an affidavit from a person who completed the translation, if they're not certified, then you can have another person do the translation who provides an affidavit. But you can only use this option if the translation can't be completed by a certified translator. I would strongly encourage that you don't use this option, but if you have no other choice, then it's there to compensate for the fact that not everybody is going to be able to find a certified translator right here. So going down here, you can see you can have a scan of the original document or a scan of the certified photocopy of the original document that the translator worked from. You only need to provide a scan of the certified photocopy of the original document that the translation was actually based on, and that the certified photocopies, if that was the case, if that's what they used to translate. One thing to realize, and you must pay attention to, is the fact that police clearance certificates, even if they're translated, you must include a color copy of it. Learn that one the hard way, you guys. So when it comes to translations, you've got two options. You have a certified translator or not. If it's a certified translator, all they need to do is just stamp everything. And what are they including? Just to reiterate again, the translation, okay, a photocopy of the original document, and stamp it if that's what they based it on. And then basically they are going to include a scan of the original document that they completed the translation from, and obviously their own credentials and everything. So this is the issue that we're dealing with right now when it comes to translation of documents. Now, one other question that people ask me is this third one, which is, does everything need to be translated? And one of the challenges that I've seen over the last few years is when you have translators from other countries whose stamp or seal itself is in a different language. And I treat it literally. It says all stamps and seals that aren't in English or French must also be translated. So do you see this circular kind of nightmare that we're working on here? The moment you have a translator that has a seal in a different language, then that seal has to be translated. So there you have it. My quick overview of the fact that not all translators are created equal, and a little overview, and I'll have links in the description below that will give you information on where you can access this lovely instruction that I'm relying upon right here. This is the best one probably that you can find, and if you want to search, all you have to do is go to the Applying for Permanent Residence Documents for Express Entry. That will give you instructions there. And then I also want to point out that the completeness check instructions, so application for permanent residence program subject to the express entry completeness check, is also a place that you can go to get instructions on what you need to include for the translation of your documents. Okay, so there we go. Translations, they're not, all those translators aren't created equal. All right, guys, take care.